This is the Scorpio couples reading for March 2018. I hope you all are doing awesome. So as you know, I'll be ending with an oracle card for you to meditate on, and I like to start with 2 oracle cards just to open up the love reading. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for being here. If you're new, welcome back if you're returning. And if you would like a private reading, the link's in the description box below, as well as the link to the extended readings to become a member. So that is available to you when you need it. And so Scorpio couples, let's see what we have for you. All right. You have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. You also have choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. Both of those cards talked about you having choices. I mean, even though the other one said you did have choices. They both talk about you having choices, but you have to open up your mind to what it is that you're protecting yourself from or not. Okay? So, overall energy, you have the 3 of Wands in reverse. This talks about making moves and not actually waiting on someone else to make moves, because it feels like there's no cooperation and someone needs to move forward. If you have been waiting, this is usually the waiting card. In reverse, it means that there is no point in waiting anymore. Like, you should be active. Things are happening, whether on your side or someone coming into you. But I feel like there is going to be a choice to be made here, what it is that you want to do. In the past, you have the 8 of Wands, and that's actually in the upright. This is memories, things coming back from the past, communication about things that have happened in the past and how to move forward from things that have happened in the past. We're going to go into your present energy, which is the World card, and the complications or your challenge is the 7 of Pentacles. So it feels like you're putting an ending to, or there's an ending. There's an ending being put to not being victorious in a situation or not getting what you want. That part is coming to an end. The challenge is whether or not to put in the effort, whether or not it's going the way that you want it to go. But like I said before, there is some communication that is coming from the past. There is open communication about an event. Now, I just feel like you don't know whether or not you want to give to this. If this is something that you're interested in, you're kind of balancing back and forth. Am I going to get out of it what I deserve? Am I not? But there's a need to put an end to something. There's a need to put an end to the struggle and move forward past something where there wasn't any victory. In your environment, you see hope. I see that you see hope in a situation by not taking the lead. It's almost like you don't want to put yourself out there. Like I said here, you don't want to put yourself out there, but there is a decision to be made in a situation that isn't being cooperative, right? It's time to heal from the situation. It's time to end a situation. So, like I said, it's your choice. Whether or not you do keep an open mind about all the situations, all dynamics around the situation. So in your negative influence, you have the Temperance. I feel like you're trying to be patient on how to move forward. The Temperance comes up when there needs to be balance. Looking at things at both sides. What direction that it is that you truly want to go in. Because what I'm feeling is the direction that you're going in is not the direction that you ultimately want to go in. And it's calling for you to pay attention to that. In your hopes and ideas, you have the 7 of Swords in reverse. This talks about your morals or values, the things that you have planned, your structure. You're being rebellious against that structure. And it's time for you to, you know, stop getting over on yourself and allowing the truth to be shown. But I see that the truth is coming out to you. It just depends on what you want to do with it, because there needs to be some patience here so you can see both sides. So I'm going to talk about your environment, and then I'm going to pull clarifiers, and then we'll move on to the rest. So in your environment, you have the Death card in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is where the communication is coming from in your environment. Okay? And you're thinking about the communication, if it's current or if it's old. But you can't, it's like the person in your environment can't move on from something, and it's keeping them clouded. They're not seeing the whole picture or what needs to be seen. They need clarity. The Ace of Swords in reverse talks about being blocked from your own knowledge. The Death card in reverse screams to me about someone not being able to move on. So they're not able to see the clarity, so they can move on. I feel like there is communication about it, but it doesn't feel productive to me. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so like I said, in the past there was that communication. I feel like it opened up a door for you because you were thinking about the past, or the past was thinking about you. So it opened up a sort of door for you. But you were ready for an ending to come. I feel like in your mind this has been over. Okay, you weren't getting what you wanted, and that would, but you're having conflicting energies because you want to work on it. I mean, that's what I see. So then you have the Death card and the King of Swords here. Your challenge is whether or not to start this over again, or whether to move on. If you start it over again, it needs to be transformed into something different, or just put to an end, right? And you want to go into this with complete knowledge. You may be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius who knows or think they know what they want, or you just want the truth from this person. You want to make sure that you're investing in something stable. Even though they're saying this, you really want to make sure, and that's where the conflict is. With the Hermit in reverse, I feel like you're withdrawing from the situation and thinking about it. I feel like you're thinking about your own happiness, or you may be thinking of a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but you're trying to see if it will be good. If you take this, will this be healing the situation, or will you just be putting a band-aid on it? Because that's what I'm getting from it. Right. You're not going to be the one doing all of the hard work. You're not going to allow that to happen. So in your environment, you had the Star card and the 7 of Pentacles. And even though there is hope here, Even though there is hope in this situation, you want to make sure that your investment is going to be returned to you. You want to make sure that there is a reward here. But I'm seeing like right now, it doesn't look like it. And you're trying to see the truth in the way this person acts or reacts to you, because this person or this situation is a weakness for you. So you want to make the right decision. Okay, I feel like you are going to make a decision sometime this month. On the Temperance, you have the 9 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. And I feel like you need to be single right now or away from that person to figure out what it is that you really want. Because there is a cycle that you keep entering into, and that is your negative influence, because you need to find balance within that situation and figure out what direction it is that you want to move in. Whichever one it's going to be positive for sure. Okay, so you have the King of Rods here with the 7 of Swords. And this is about the truth coming out. The truth coming out has altered your direction. So now you don't really have a direction to go in. Okay. It feels like what you thought was structured, or what you thought was like law and what was going to happen, isn't really happening right now. So it kind of leaves you confused. Yeah. No direction. But you're open to communication. You're being very direct. I feel like you're saying exactly what you want. But again, I just saw this reminder to keep an open mind. Okay. So in your environment, the additional cards you have are the Page of Wands in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. So like I said, this person is not being very clear. It's almost like it's time for them to make a sacrifice and stop being in this confused state and make a decision. It's time for them to make a sacrifice or make a decision. So almost like so you can move on, or so you can make a decision. It'll help guide you to almost make a decision. So with this Page of Wands being in reverse, I feel like they don't have any direction. It's like a child. It's like, I'm kind of here, I'm kind of not. That's what this is about. You know, like, it feels very to me like they don't have any direction, or they don't really know what it is that they want. But they are over controlling the situation. Like, it feels to me like they have the control to make the decision that will guide things the way that it should go. But they're not making that decision. And the fact that they're rebelling against the situation is not making it easier either. It's like they need to get out of their head. It's time for them to get out of their head. So 1st through the 15th, you have the Page of Wands in reverse and the Emperor. And this is you having a new drive about the situation, seeing that there is no direction, or it's not going where you want to. Nothing new is starting, and you're starting to take control over the situation, control over your family, control over the relationship, control over what you have, because there is no direction. And you want to be stable, and you want to be in control. You have the tools. You have the tools to continue with your life. You do. And you're not going to allow yourself to be manipulated. You're going to focus on the things that matter and nurture the things that matter in your life. 15th through the end of the month, I see the 2 of Pentacles and the Magician in the reverse. Again, something about manipulation. Because you're not clear on a situation, you have the opportunity to be manipulated within this situation. So be careful. You have to find balance within yourself. I feel like you're going to be on a fine line, kind of juggling back and forth, but you can do it. You just have to regain your power, which is what you're doing away from this situation. There is going to be a fight. I feel like you're going to really have to fight for what you want, whether it's internally or externally, for the direction that you are choosing to go in. Yeah, because there is no stability here, so you're going to have to let this go. I feel like they're making promises to you that they can't keep. And again, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. I feel like you do want to stay in this relationship, but you have to be open to see both sides of the situation. Choose love. You always have the choice as what you should do. You always have the choice to make a decision to stay or leave. You don't have to stay, because I feel like you really want to stay and you're trying to be patient, and that is your negative influence because it keeps putting you back and forth in this cycle. And you don't want to be alone. I feel like you'd be okay alone, but you don't like the idea of being alone. So in your conclusion, you have the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands in reverse. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, okay? Because I'm feeling like you're going to have to make a sacrifice to let this go. You're going to feel like you're abandoning something that you could have worked on. But with the 6 of Wands in reverse, you're not getting the accolades. You're not getting the attention. You're not getting the support that you need. It just doesn't seem like it here. It really doesn't. You're learning your lesson. You're learning your lessons and putting it into something that just is not getting better, right? It's not. There's no opportunity here. Ugh. And this card wanted to flat out reflect. Keep your eyes open. Joy lives in the small places. Reflect on the situation you're in. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention to the things that are being handed to you, for sure. For sure. Because the overall energy is not moving forward. You're not moving, and you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision or redefine the situation, because it's like you're doing too much in the situation that's not moving. Okay? So for your extended reading, we're going to talk about your environment. We're going to talk about you, and we're going to talk about advice for you moving forward. Because this seems like it's going to be like a tumultuous little month for you. So thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you next month. I love you very much. Love and light. Bye-bye.